Let's see if things are working. That looks pretty good. I'm live again. 2 nights in a row, everyone. Asleep. I need the link for the YouTube stream. There we go. Got it. Hey. Send. And then we gotta get chat up. And event feed. Yay. Everything's working. Woohoo! Oh, it is so preferred when everything works. Wait, now I gotta make this bigger. Lots of things to fix here. Windowed, full screen, keep, save. Here we go. Yo, what's up, Gloden? Welcome, welcome. How are you, dude? Just trying to clean up a few windows here, and then we're gonna get rocking. Probably need to turn the music down a bit too. Seems a little bit loud. Well, that was aggressive. There we go. That seems pretty solid, I think. Right? Cool. I'm gonna go with that for now. What's up, Justin? Welcome, dude. Build link. Where's that? On YouTube? Link to MOBA for new variant. Whoa! What the? That really is broken. Okay, so this build link, which I'm going to go ahead and edit it now and fix that link. I think I have a feeling YouTube truncates the links, and then when you try and reuse them, it doesn't remember, and that all the links are broken, which is really disappointing. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. But thank you for calling that out. I can get that fixed here. Boop-doop. Do all this stuff. Boop. Save. Okay, if you refresh the page, it should be good. Sorry about that, and thank you. Thanks for the heads up. Let me double check that those are good. Thanks for the heads up. We load the page. We go to more. Variant. Wah. Got it. Okay. Yeah, so I've got a lot of work to do on that MOBA guide. I kind of just was able to finish perfecting the build itself this evening. And so the guide needs a little bit of love. But I did load a fresh POB into it, so that part is good. And yeah, Gloden, I'm enjoying the league as well. It's been a great league. It's been quite fun. And we're in the back part of the league for me here. At the end of the league, I always like to see if I can build an AFK farmer. And here it is, baby. It is AFK and it is farming. Yeah, you probably just have to refresh the page. Because, let's see here. When I click the stream here and hit pause and hit more, and then hit this, it is now loading, which it wasn't earlier, so it was totally broken. So thank you for that. You did a few times. Rip. Well, I don't know what's up then. Then everything's awful. I probably won't get around to the changes to the MOBA guide that are needed for probably until tomorrow, honestly. Whoa, why do I have this guy in both? Weapon set 2, we want none of these guys, right? Yep, that's correct. Weapon set 1, we want 2 of them. Awesome. Yeah, it should be a pretty boring stream, although I can answer any questions about the build. I did record a build video today. Pretty lengthy, but it does kind of explain everything, and it explains and it teaches. Let's see, Doge's tail is in the way of the YouTube view counter, which none of these things are really that important. I just like them. There we go. Okay. Sounds good. Thanks, Justin. Good luck with you, baby. All right, we'll work on game sound now. I can turn effects way down, but I do like having the item filter alert sounds. Those are schmexy. I gotta run as many of these as possible to see if it is possible to die. I think I've done between 50 and 100 already. Definitely lost count. And I did die in some of those in testing. But I think I'm at a place now where even under the worst circumstances of round 16 Sim 4, I still live. Which is pretty cool, right? Oop. I always get confused about which is the way out there, the correct way out. Let's see, PoE volume, we'll go like that. And we'll get like a little bit of sound effect volume. Just so we know stuff's going on. That seems pretty good. You were listening to Rachmaninoff's Third Concerto in D minor. One of the most amazing and incredible pieces of classical music ever written. Several people in history have literally gone insane trying to learn to play this song. It's so complex and beautiful. A testament. What's up, Puma? Welcome. Good evening. My screen tiny? Let me see. Are you on Twitch? Let me see tiny screen. How's the quality? Quality options, that's good. Is it like smaller than the frame? Where's the frame go to? It's like the whole window smaller. Let's see here. Boop. I think it's taking up the full space, maybe? I'd have to click on another streamer to know. Let's see. Let's check Prada's stream. Oh, am I not even taking up the full screen? Oh my gosh, I'm so bad. I thought I had it perfect. I thought I had all my settings perfect for once. I was wrong. Is this a project or is this a... yeah, it's a project. That's cool. It's a neat find. Okay, I've got to fix my tiny screen. RIP. Your favorite is Moonlight Sonata? Maybe we can play that next. I love that one. Although this one will last a long time. Okay, so it's great I'm running an AFK build because I can just mess with this while we're going. So I'm guessing that my base canvas res can be this, but my output res needs to be scaled down. I'm guessing that's what the problem is. Now on YouTube, am I tiny? I can't tell. It seems like maybe on YouTube I'm not tiny. Full screen. This looks maybe closer to real. My eternal endless struggle for the best stream settings continues with great sadness. Kill this guy real quick. Boing. Where's the good loot, man? Where's the divs? Okay, I'm going to reset the Twitch stream here for a moment. Be right back, Puma. Settings. Video. Okay, I have to stop both streams in order to reset the settings, so I'll be right back, YouTube. Alright, I can see that fixed it. Oh, we need to swap for Kosis here. Now I'm big? Yay, I did things. Let's see here. Oh my gosh, I'm huge. And then I probably have to change the link to the YouTube live stream as well. Let's see here. Yay, I'm huge here too. I do think that's a new link, but I can edit that. No problem. Boop. There we go. Sweet. Thank you, Puma, for mentioning that. I thought I was all set and I wasn't, but now I am. It scares me because I go to GitHub and I'm like, what is that file type? Is that going to destroy my life? And that's all I've got for an explanation on that. I just never worked with that file type, and I don't know if that's its own language. I've never worked with that language either. Okay, it is a language. Yeah, never worked with it, never heard of it until your GitHub share. So yeah, I'm scared. Look at my Doge head moving side to side. I actually built a like a face rig that follows my face actual. Yeah, I've never heard of Lua. Sorry, potato. A potato guy. If it's not a like web language, I don't know it.
You can't get rid of the exile. I am you.
Ah, this build is so cozy. Look at this. We just chill. I can like go to Discord and like see what's up. Actually, what's really great is you can play this build and do other things in life. Like I can sit around and go do some dishes, or sit around and go change a diaper, or sit around and just leave and then come back and everything will be fine and there might be loot on the ground. It's amazing. Oh, that's kind of cool. That's kind of neat. Sounds like a cool design for a language. I've always wondered why languages have to be so like lockstep in their formats, in their like syntax formats. I think it's modeled after like old school computer design where we have zeros and ones, and now we have like AI. So we really could use something more up to date. Sounds like Lua is actually doing that. That's good to hear. I've moved my chat window. It's cut off here. There we go. It's dropping nothing. The game is dropping nothing so far. Give me loot, game. Balatro was built in Lua. Okay, well now I have to look up what Balatro is. It was a mobile game. It's a mobile card game. And it's on Steam. A deck building roguelite. Oh, that's such a fun game type. It's like Slay the Spire, right? Yeah, that's probably so fun. I vouch that game without even seeing the game. I like it already. Yeah, I didn't know Balatro. Don't even know if I'm saying it right. Potato here. Don't mind me. Alright, so we have a swap for this build. And it's a giant minion that murders things. Boom, look at him. It's a hulking fire minion. It's really cool. Yo, what's up, Luke? Welcome, dude. How's it going tonight? What's up, Blizz? Balatro was huge. I missed this? What? Why am I such a PoE dinosaur? Why can't I know other games? Well, Balatro's not huge anymore. Can we agree on that? This looks very small now. Construct poker hands. Oh. How about that? Alright, am I going to die here in this round? Doesn't look like it. Looks like I'm good to go. Proof of me prowess, she says. I love when she says that. Its half-life was smaller. Yeah, it is an AFK build. I do have a tech in, so we have this bog-filled commoner. And he's got like 50k health when we swap, so we'll turn him on here. And look at the damage he does. Boom. He has 60k health, and he does fire damage based on his health. He's super cool and gnarly. He's here to kill Kosis when Kosis is being a big turd. That was really like the only thing that had to be solved in this build that was tricky. The whole AFK invincibility part was actually pretty easy to solve this season. True. Yeah, Bogfeld Commoner, he's MVP, and he has the greatest name ever. And this build has no skills. Like, we just run, like, these two are optional. I could turn them off. Blasphemy is pretty important. I can't say that that is not doing things. And then, yeah, we have Blood Boil from Ritualist, but that's it. Yeah, exactly. I can really pay attention to chat. I can be a super interactive streamer with this build. I want to hear my music a little louder, though. Proof of me prowess. Turn my music up a bit. It's tough with classical because it's not like audio equalized. So it's going to be quiet and loud and quiet and loud. Chaos Orb. Yummy. Alright, wave 14. This is like the last two waves is really where I want to do like more and more testing to see if death is possible. So Bogfeld Commoner, what does he do? He has Infernal Legion support. So he takes 30% of his life as fire per second. But then he ignites in a radius for 25% of his life per second. And I don't have him out right now. He only comes out when I need him. And that's because Rarity, I don't think, this is all theoretical. I don't believe Rarity is applying because it's a support gem that is getting the kills. And I do care about Rarity a lot, especially this season. And I'm at 130 Rarity right now. And I want my Rarity to count. I also don't think it's counting for the Fire Shrine, which I have permanently here with the Meteoric on Guiding Palm. However, the Fire Shrine doesn't get that many kills. But yeah, he comes out in this situation, like at the end of a round where I want to move on. He comes out and insta-ignites, and whatever nasty minion that's left just gets melted. It's awesome. Bogfeld Commoner is in Act 3, and credit is due here to somebody else, not me. Let me go find him. Ooh, let's look what my YouTube algorithm says I should watch. A Bull Shark Encounter. Yes, please. Dune Part 2 performance. Yes, please. Exploring a ghost town in Svalbard. Yes, please. This is me right here. But yeah, this guy, Oscrix. This guy is freaking goated with the Righteous Fire stuff. And he has a Righteous Fire zombie build. He also popularized the Dinomancer build last season. And he's the one who... I don't know if he actually found the Commoner. You never know who's like the real origin of discovery on these things because of PoE Ninja. But he made a nice video on the Commoner, where to find it, where to capture it. And the Commoner is in... Let's see, how do I get my like quest log up? I don't even know. Okay, there we go. The Commoner is Act 3 in the Sand-Swept Marsh. Sand-Swept Marsh. And this is where he's very important because, well, Kosis is actually taking a lot of damage right now, probably because he doesn't have extra resists. When Kosis has extra resists in later rounds, he can sit here for like 20 minutes and not die. But Commoner comes out and look at it. Boom. Same with this guy, this nasty guy. Boom. Oh, I got Melting Maelstrom. Cool. All right, I've done, I'm not kidding you, like 50, maybe 60, maybe 70 simulacrums with no Megalo. I wish that were fake. It's not a fake stat. That is real. I have found lots of high currency though, so I can't complain too much. The high currency drops have been there. This thing's useless, I think. Ah. Okay, not completely. It's worth 1/10 of a divine. I'll take the exalts though. Grand Project is 450. You know, I did try the Racchiata on him actually. That's cool you mentioned that. It doesn't work. I think the sim drop rate is like maybe 6 to 8%. So technically I should have seen like 3 of them by now. Oh, this is such a good part. Listen to this. Yeah, it's like a lot of my builds, they start out by noticing something in PoE Ninja, right? Like you start sorting things around and you're like, oh, interesting. How did that guy get, you know, spiked ground to 1,000,000 DPS? And then you get a really cool idea. Like, who are the legends behind those ninjas? Puma, what's your piano song? I can play it as long as it's like ancient classical. It seems like YouTube doesn't care about the copyrights for ancient classical. I bet that is going to be flagged on YouTube. Rush E. Which I can listen to after, you know, after the stream. Yeah, I don't know why, like, these songs, I mean, I guess it makes sense that nobody's getting credit for them. But like this version I'm listening to, for instance, this is from like a modern pianist and orchestra. But like the owner of the song is Sergei Rachmaninoff. Like that guy's not getting money for this. So I don't know how Spotify handles all that. But I've learned that generally if it's ancient classical, then, you know, you're safe. And yeah, I get fearful of YouTube copyright. So far, you know, all they do is they're like, hey, your video's in copyright infringement. You can never monetize it, which is fine with me. But there is like a little thing where it's like you don't get a strike for this one. Like, it seems like it's a strike on your account, and I'm really afraid of getting one of those. Yes, I saw the Shark Boss video recap. That was legendary PoE 2 content. As good as it gets right there for PoE 2 content. That was freaking awesome. Okay. Goodbye, Puma. Thanks for saying hi. Bust the commoner out. Kaboom. What's happening here? Okay. Oop.
Let yourself be drawn into the mire.
What can I say about this build? I think it's a pretty cheap build to get going. I invested a fortune in figuring out how to do it. But now that it's understood, it's cheaper than last season for sure. It has more like staple uniques that are cheap. These are all cheap uniques. The only expensive unique was Defiance, and I got that out. I just have this in here. It's a double recoup. I have 50 spirit on it. I don't use. And then the other items are just like resists and life. That's it. That'd be really fun, Luke. Really, really fun. Come here, commoners. Good job. Get a lot of charms. Yeah, it is very effective. The drops in Sim 4 have been a little bit disappointing. Last season, they were like very, very good. There's a tier 1 duration with increased charges. Yeah, I feel like that was probably a div or two. These charms can be good. Yeah, last season the build was more expensive, but Sim 4's, I don't know why, they just dropped like more high currency. This season it was cheaper to get this build online and get it killing everything, but I'm just not seeing a lot of high currency in Sim 4. Now, one of my suspicions is the Fire Shrine is getting more kills than I realize, and the Rarity is not applying on the Fire Shrine, which is the Rarity part I would expect, right? That would make sense. So I had a Wind Dancer based version of the build at the very outset, and I probably need to go back and give that another whirl. Now that I've got everything solved, just take this thing out and put in a weapon that applies bleed poison or just high damage, and then run Wind Dancer with like an armor explode poison setup. With the extra spirit I have, I could run Herald of Blood, Herald of Plague at that point. And then I still have the commoners on swap. So yeah, I'm actually probably going to do that tonight. Yep, you know, Luke. You know how it goes. Now, I did start out by trying that variant, and I could not get the Wind Dancer, like, to do the damage that it used to do. I don't know if it got nerfed from a base damage standpoint, but it just felt very weak. But yeah, I'll get that going pretty soon here, actually. One of my favorite things about these builds is getting to, like, identify items and just spend time on them. Like, usually going so fast that you just want to quick craft on the item and get it out of your life so you're not wasting time. And here you just get to chill with your items. It's so nice. Yeah, you do need a weapon with good damage, but you know, with the entire build not having flat damage or damage increases, and with 0 damage increases on the tree, there's only so much you can do with a weapon. Like you could get, I actually don't know if skills even increases the Wind Dancer damage. We'll have to check that. But yeah, you could get the highest DPS one-hander possible, and it's still not going to do that much damage. Now, the way my tree is set up, I could put all the minion skills on a weapon swap so that commoner swaps over skills. Because I kind of did it in this ultimate lazy way. I have no weapon swap points. So I have all these minion nodes allocated, even though most of the time I don't have a minion out. And that was just to make the build even lazier, which it really is. But yeah, that's all to say that I could run a weapon here. And then on the tree, I can actually do lots of weapon damage scaling over here in the monk area. And then on swap, do all the minion nodes, which is like tons of nodes. And then, yeah, we could go Wind Dancer and see if the rarity then really kicks in. I was thinking the classical music might be very fitting here. It's so fun, too, to just be able to, like, check everything and not be worried about dying all the time. Oh, man. Glowden, that is such a nice comment, dude. And enjoy your NyQuil crash. That feels good. I know that feeling. Embrace it, man. Yeah, thanks for the comment. Come on into Discord if you have any questions about Ice Shot as you get it online. Come throw them our way. We'll get you. We'll get some good build doctors in that Discord. They'll get you fixed up, man. Arctic armor, would that do anything? I mean, it's worth a try. I mean, everything does something, right? So yeah, I could definitely give that a try. I like it. We got some things to try out tonight. That's fun. Orb of Chance. That's the equivalent of 2 Divines in Rarity. Yellow. Alright, so in my Builds tab, I should have a decked out Wind Dancer linkage. Here it is. And then I've got this little weapon here. It has crit chance, crit bonus, 700 accuracy. And I think I had... Oh, that was from when I was Amazon, because I did start out trying this on Amazon. Okay, that's not going to work. I'm actually going to need a high dips one-hander. Probably like a spear or something. Let me go to town. I'll go grab one. Let's see what we can find here. Any one-handed weapon. What's high dips for a one-hander? Probably like 500. What's interesting, we don't really care about dips, which is going to include attack speed. I don't really care about it at all. We just care about the base damage. Wow, there's spears that are up to 1100. Holy crappy chola. I'll go 800. 800 is 400 divines or 40 divines. I would be willing to spend that if it works, but I'm not willing to spend that to try to see if it works. So we're going to wait a little bit here. And yeah, some of it is attack speed. We will go a max attacks per second, and we'll cap it at like 1.5. And that would give us, yeah, a much like truer subset of dips. And we're back up to 50 div. Also need to check the Wind Dancer damage scaling. Base damage, 100, 100. And yeah, it does go up with levels. So there would be value in getting +2 skills. What would it be? Wind Dancer is a... What is it? Persistent melee. Okay, attack. So we got melee skills. Oops. Count. Melee skills. Attack skills. And then on a one-hander, 4 is max, right? Oops, I didn't set a number. All right, let's see if that's possible right there. Okay, cool. Here's a 4 with 600 dips, and it's 7 div. Here's a 4 with 613. And none of these are based on attack speed, so that's good. Here's this club that always hits. I have no accuracy, so I wonder if that's relevant. Correct weapon type. I need to put something in just to even see what's happening. Put those there. Dex. I have lots of space on the tree for more decks. I'm sad to have to do it, but it is there. It's 146. Wind Dancer's 147. Okay. Incorrect weapon type. I have to go here. Not enough spirit. Jeez, man. Oh, 183. Go like this and this. We're just trying to see stuff, man. We're just trying to see. So mine's a level 19. Yeah, I didn't know about the accuracy, so it does say 100% chance to hit at 2 meters. So I guess it's fine. Here's a spear with lots, and it's not even qualitied or socketed yet. So that's probably a good grab. We'll go with this spear. Wow, the way this guy is playing this song is very different than what I've heard before. Fascinating. Boop. Okay. We need some weapon scraps. Getting down to basics here. We're buying whetstones. These are 2 exalt? You're kidding. That's hilarious. Exalts are so bad that weapon scraps are worth more. Actually, really surprised. Like, weapon scraps? Really? That's crazy. What's up, Dong Duo? Okay, we'll juice that up. We'll give it a socket. For now, we'll just go Iron Rune. Actually, I can go one of these flat dips runes, right? Like a lightning. 1 to 60 lightning damage. We'll go with that for now. Check the price people are actually paying. Yeah, that's fair. 300 to 1. People are flipping. Scraps. Alright, so Wind Dancer before the weapon swap is 571 damage per use. After the swap is over double. So I suppose that justifies the swap test. I am going to miss all my extra spirit because I have a lot that I was doing that spirit. But here's the gems I have in the Wind Dancer. So we've got Poison 3. More magnitude of poison against bleeding enemies. And then we have Admixture, which also does more magnitude of poison against bleeding enemies. So if I can get some bleeding going, that's cool. But then we have Corrosion and Bursting Plague, which is maybe not needed. Per second to enemy as plague. We'll see how it goes. And then we have Armor Explosion. So that the other thing would be a source of bleed here. So we can go ahead and add that in. 100% chance to inflict bleeding. That seems OP. Where did it go? It's up here. Cool. It's at 23. I could take it up to an additional level. Might as well do that for the sake of the test. Like one of these guys. These are pretty expensive right now, I think. 3 div. It's going to take the dex requirement up. That's fine. Go get some more decks. Yep. Totally right, Luke. Hilarious. There's 157. Okay. We're in. We're in the hole. Wait. Oh, it cut a new one. What the heck? Oh, my God. That's so bad. It totally shouldn't have done that because if for some reason perfect jewelers were expensive, that would have been pretty sad. But whatever. Okay. Okay, how much life did I lose in removing those nodes? I lost a bit, which is, you know, I kind of min-maxed the what was needed to survive with this build very particularly, so to keep an eye on that. The Blasphemy, probably have to pull the Heightened Curse, so that way I can get some spirit for the Magma Barrier. The Ghost Dance is really good too. Man, I can't believe this isn't enough spirit. I have 180. Oh, well, yeah. I suppose I don't really need the elemental weakness. Interesting. Okay, that brings Ghost Dancer back. And I could put Heightened Curse on Enfeeble, or I can run Herald the Plague. Which, I never know if Herald the Plague really does anything. I have a feeling that it doesn't. But it's just so fun. We'll bring it down. Yeah, it's nice. I mean, it is nice. Perfect Jewelers are really fun to find late in the season because they should be really valuable. But now that they're not valuable, it is nice that they're really cheap for when you're trying to theorycraft builds. Okay. Let's test this out on this mob here and see what happens. Alright, so they are poisoned. The armor is breaking. Actually don't see any armor broken ones yet. And yeah, this is... okay, so the armor's starting to explode, so that's working. It's kind of on par with what I saw earlier with this build, which is like... For some reason, the Wind Dancer damage is really low. But now we have this swap with the big guys, so we're good there. I mean, that was good enough, right? I think that was good enough. It was all about the armor explosions. As soon as they started getting going, the damage was pretty good. We can get one more level on this with a corruption. And then I wonder if there's anything else that could give us more poison magnitude. Poison from Sword of Skills also has 100% of damage per second to enemy as plague. And it doesn't really say what the plague is. What is plague? Anybody know? It only works when they die, the plague. So if that's the case, then we would want to pull that out and put admixture in. Okay, that was pretty solid. Look at that. That wave's gone. That was wave 10. That's pretty solid. And then we can use the Bog Boys to get this taken care of. This character does not have much armor. 18%. But yeah, I could go with a Scavenge Plating if I were to keep this Wind Dancer stuff up. Well, this guy is so beefy. Sometimes there's just random rares that are so hard to kill. It's kind of weird, actually. Oh, you know what? I don't have the... what do you call it? I don't have the elemental weakness going. Which I think I have the spirit for elemental weakness now, right? Yeah. So actually, I should be able to put that back in. Wait, what? It didn't work. Oh no, it's 60 spirit. I'm crazy. So if I put that in, I have to turn magma barrier off. And elemental weakness does not help with poison damage, right? No reason it should. Yeah, it's because of the LE weakness, totally. We have lots to figure out here, man. It's cool how well the bursting plague works. It's very cool. It should start bursting here pretty soon, right? Yeah, sorry about that. YouTube has some inherent delay on its on streaming that's kind of nasty. All right, things are going pretty well here. Ooh, I wonder if is it possible that the bleed from the Wind Dancer is replacing the bleed from the Blood Boil? Just adding corrupted blood. No, I don't think it is. Corrupted blood is different than bleed. All right, we're gonna bring out Boggy for big melties. Boom. I love these guys. They're so cool. Oh, I definitely was. No, Luke, I definitely was. But what we are testing is whether this can work because I'm not convinced that I'm getting my rarity from the other methods I'm killing. Mainly the Fire Shrine, and then, of course, these Bog Brothers. They aren't giving me rarity. So if Wind Dancer is viable, then I can actually work to making it stronger, right? So I could get like a 40 div weapon. I can add some flat to my rings. My rings are pretty fluffy. Could go flat on gloves. There's a lot I can do as long as I validate that the Wind Dancer can actually do the job. Go pull that out and check out the Herald of Plague. So what does this do? Spreads the most damaging poison on enemies you kill in a 1.8 meters radius. That's actually probably completely useless, I'm guessing. I'm going to turn that off. It's like there's no way that's not useless. There's like this new minion. I don't know if the minion is new or if just the effect is new, but he constantly pushes you away. Like he has like perma knockback. It's the weirdest thing. It's this guy right here. You just get pushed. He just collides with you and pushes you out of the screen. It's so ridiculous. All right, Bog Brothers come out to finish. Ba-boom. Ba-boom. Yeah, it's just a matter of rarity. Like, rarity not applying is a really sad thing. Which I don't necessarily know that it's applying here, because I don't know if the armor explosion gives you rarity. The rarity tooltip only shows up here, right? It's only on this Wind Dancer. So I could put Call in the Wind Dancer. I could put Calling Strike in there, and then maybe, maybe then it's good. I could put Dialias in here and get more radius with Call. That could be good. I'm curious if I die here with having taken some of the defensive stuff out. Yeah, I died. So basically, yeah, I either had to work really hard to find some other tech that can be successful, that applies rarity of items, or I just accept a 0 rarity kill method. That's a really hard choice. I don't know there's like a third option. I've been stuck on this decision like a lot of the day today. Do I really want a 0 rarity build? I always say my build does have a lot of rarity. It has like 130, but it's not. I don't believe it's applying. No, there's nowhere where GGG tells us whether it's applying or not, but it doesn't seem like it is. So, oh, there's my exalts. Wondering where they were. Yeah, 0 rarity sucks, right? You're just AFK farming loot, so you've got to get rarity going somehow. Get back in there and do another. Your Arctic armor build does AFK and Sim. Oh, I'd have to take a look at that. That sounds interesting. Could I run Arctic armor with Call, and then maybe the Arctic armor gets the kills? Could I do that? Calling Strike and like Reach should work, right? Do I have the spirit? I think I have enough spirit to tech this in. I'm gonna pull Wind Dancer. It's just so goofy to switch off of the scepter and then not have the shrine and having to tech damage. It's worth going back to if I absolutely need to, but right now I just want to stay away from it. And we do have 70 leftover spirit, so. Oh, Arctic Armor's a spell. Dude, there's no way. Definitely can put it in, but like, you're right. I think Call's not going to work there. Jeez. It's cool to have Arctic Armor. It's neat looking. What are some good supports for it? Does Reach work? It's attack AoE. Nope. Is there spell AoE support? Cold Mastery. Freeze. More hit damage. It's not an AoE by itself. Let me look at the tooltip. Yeah, so the problem with Call on Wind Dancer is that you have to have a martial weapon to run Wind Dancer. And I think all these scepters are not going to count as martial weapons, so yeah, I'm just like stuck. The other thing I've thought I could do is I could run like a bunch of skeletal archers that have Call, and then maybe some of the archers get a lot of the final blow. These skeletal snipers, they're 30 spirit. I could put like I could put Nova Proj on them and Call. And yeah, go with that. I suppose I'll try it out. All right, Arctic Armor's out. That was a fun cut the gem and walk away. Skeletal Sniper. So we want like Rapid 3. We want Calling Strike. What? Oh, it's recommended. Calling 2. And then Nova Proj. They'll just be firing in a circle. This could work. This is kind of a neat idea, dude. We're cooking right now live. This is live cooking. Let's see if I can get attack speed any other way. I don't think you can combo multi-shot and Proj. I think, what is it? Category is additional projectile. So they have these limiting categories. ammo conservation, is that important? Okay, so then after that, since they are minions, probably just want them to live as long as possible. So we can go like meat shield 2 and then last gasp, which makes them last 4 seconds after they die. Okay. And I have 60 spirit. They reserve 40 each. I need more spirit. We'll take heightened curse off. Okay. This is so funny. Anything else I'm missing with these guys? I don't think so. Let's freaking go, man. Let's see if these archers can call the heck out of Sim and get me my freaking rarity. The only thing is I think they're going to die. Yeah, they're going to get wrecked. So sad. They're like super tanky too. They have like 90 all res. They have 89 fire and lots of other things. But who knows? Maybe they'll pop out and call some stuff, right? AFK Sim is meta. We're going to immediately start seeing high tier currency because of these minions. I hope. They are so cool, dude. They are so cool. Let's look. I think Oscarix, whatever his name is, I think he got to level 100 with skeletal snipers. So let's see if I can find his. For some reason, I have a hard time finding some of his videos. I was just watching it today. Let me see. Here it is. Oh, this was 9 months ago. Okay, so that was probably a totally different season, unfortunately. Rapid attacks, heft, multi-shot. Oh, he's fork. Fork's a good idea. Feeding frenzy. Okay. We'll do fork. For sure. Oh no, gray boxes of doom. Go away, gray boxes of doom. Some of them went away. There we go. Gray boxes are gone. I'll grab a fork gem as soon as my stash becomes available. How else could we apply call? I can't tell if the snipers are doing it or not. Oh, it's only coin strike against rare and uniques. I didn't know that. Is that true for both levels? Well, I guess it will apply to the minions that are most important. I need to grab a fork gem and get it in there. I'll craft one. Fork. It doesn't have a type, so I should be able to combo it with Nova Proj. And yeah, I don't think Meat Shield is really doing much, so just take that out and put that in. It's AFK Sim Night. So with Fork, I mean, they should be splashing around everywhere and getting kills. It is only on the rares, so It's kind of crazy how so little loot drops if you don't have rarity. In my early version of the build, Wind Dancer attacking on Amazon and using accuracy and crit, which was a lot more damage, I was seeing so many high tier drops. It's crazy though.
That was almost a challenge.
Oh, that's interesting, Luke. There's a lineage gem where it doesn't allow you to kill things. Look at my archers trying to get this kill. How crazy. This is crazy. Working this hard to get rarity working. Sad panda. This is why, you know, the rarity mechanic is really goofy, because if you're running spells and then you have supports that generate new damage off of your spells, I'm pretty sure any time a support is the source of your kill, your rarity does not apply. And so, in order to have a good rarity build, it needs to be a build that does straight attacks with heralds. And then rarity works, guaranteed. But otherwise, there's no guarantee that rarity is working. All right, little snipers, come call this guy. Oh, they did. Okay, they did. And they'll call this guy too. Let's see. Let me pull him out and boop. Almost there. That's probably good enough there. They did it. Yay. Pea shooters successful. Oh man, is there no other way to get Culling Strike going in this game? Let's go here. It's so much fun to be productive while your guy's farming. Let's search the Culling Strike keyword. Enemies are cold on block. Culling Strike threshold. If I could give an item to my minion, that would be cool. That would do the trick. Hits that heavy stun enemies have Culling Strike. Wow, there's so much Culling Strike threshold stuff I didn't realize. Culling Strike against enemies you mark. Culling Strike against beasts while your companion is present. That's a little specific, guys. That's outrageous. Heyo! A slightly rare object fell on the ground. Coincidence? We just brought Rarity back. Rarity's too good, man.
Are you trying to cleanse yourself of me?
Rarity is too good. When you've had 2 tacos last week. That's good. That's good. Man. Martial weapon. I was seeing if maybe there's like some item that like turns your staff into a martial weapon. That would be the thing that would solve my problems. Yeah, not likely, right? Not likely. Talismans are martial weapons. Talismans are 2-handed melee weapons. I guess I don't even know what those are. Are those coming soon? Those like aren't here yet, I'm guessing. A talisman. Now, the Guiding Palm, the main reason I need it is for the spirit. I have to have the blood barrier. Is there a martial weapon that can give you spirit? Last season's build used Wind Dancer almost exclusively. So in the MOBA, I still have last season's build in here. And we had this big old one-hander because they didn't nerf Giant's Blood. The one-hander obviously had lots of damage.
Challenge.
And then I think we ran some flat damage. And then everything was done with Wind Dancer. Sorry, that was a massive yawn. And then Bursting Plague and Armor Explosion and all that stuff. Also think like the way Rarity is interacting with the game is different this season. So if for some reason Rarity wasn't applying very well, it was much harder to notice last season. Whoa! Stretch my neck. Look at my doge. Follow my neck. Rant, 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 rant. So yeah, there's definitely some things here that are working wonderfully. And then, well, actually, the whole build's working wonderfully. I just have to pretend that Rarity doesn't matter. And then I can be happy with my life. As soon as I decide that Rarity matters, the build feels really awkward to be playing because all we're trying to do here is farm loot. And without Rarity, we hardly even see high tier currency at all, which is crazy. I can't believe Rarity has become that strong. But okay, we got the Kosis problem. Let's kill him. Boom! The Bog Brothers are here. They're so cool. Look at this guy. He's so mean. I guess I could put Calling Strike on the Bog Brothers. They do swing their arms sometimes at stuff. Because, yeah, the Archer thing is not working. Could do Calling Strike on them instead of Eternal Flame. And then I can just bring them out permanently. They're so powerful. The Ignite they inflict is so ragey. Yeah, it's the face rig is following. I didn't used to have it set up like this. I used to just have it voice activated. But now I have a webcam on myself and it actually follows my head around and stuff. Boom. It originally would follow me like left and right, but it was like really annoying looking and like looking up and down. But I turned all that off because that was like kind of crazy. It does follow my eyes though if I make my eyes really big or squint them shut. Yee! Hey! Coincidence? We start tweaking with getting Rarity working and a Divine Orb. I think not. Tier 1 duration with reduced charges per use. Huh. Probably needs a Vol Orb. I think I want to test out turning Ghost Dance off. Should give me an additional Hulker. Hulking Man.
A clean kill.
Yeah, you could get 3 sockets, right? And what is the rune? It's like 10 spirit. There's one that's like 10%. Yeah, it would be very hard to balance. Alright, so one of the points of testing here is to see if I do survive without Ghost Dance. which I'm interested to see. Because the next thing we could do is, if I survive without Ghost Dance, I could turn off this shrine. The Meteoric Shrine is definitely not applying Rarity either. So I would just go to weapon set 1 permanently with the Minion gems. And the Hulking guys would do most of the killing. They would have Calling Strike on rares and uniques. Which, you know, I think most of the good drops in Sim are coming from Kosis and Omni. So if these guys get a swing off on them, like they're doing right now, they're swinging at him right now, and they have Calling Strike, that seems like it could work really well. Interesting. I wonder if he has like an unseeable resistance effect, because he's only at -9 weakness. That's pretty interesting. Dead. And a Greater Exalt. Haven't seen one of those all day. Rarity's too good. Okay, let's go to weapon set 1. We've got 2 commoners up. Ooh, I have more spirit in weapon set 1. So we can do Ritualistic Curse and bust one of the snipers out here. I need a Calling Strike for that sniper, though. Oh, Ghost Dance is off. We can turn Ghost Dance back on. These guys are 60, so I could drop one of these guys and then I get 2 snipers with Call. It's probably better. The goal of everything is to get Rarity to apply. This is super nice kill speed. It's very, very good without the shrine. Works just fine. A little bit slower on the ranged guys without the shrine. Shrine does some good work on these guys. Today I learned Call only applies to rare and unique enemies. Did not realize that. And yeah, minion interactions are so cryptic. And the interaction of Call is very cryptic too. Like, this just says on kill effect in minion info. And there's no tooltip generated by Infernal Legion. It's just like completely cryptic. It doesn't provide any information on what it's doing and what the modified properties are for what it's doing. It's totally random. Let me go get a Call for my snipers. And we will turn one of those guys off and get 2 snipers. Cool. They should be a little bit tankier with the Scepter. Yeah, I mean, it's a weird thing. PoE1 is... you know, PoE1's not any better at it, but at least the information is exposed to the point where externally it's easy to get the definitive, like, final answer on stuff. PoE2, like, seems to pretend to give it to you in the tooltips, but then it's just not there. So it gets awkward pretty fast. Kosis is taking some good damage, baby. Any NVIDIA Now players? Not me. Is that the GeForce thing? Are you I92418? Are you that guy? Oh, he got called. It's working. Dude, this is working. I know. Rockiata is also super cryptic. This Calling Strike thing is totally working, dude. I'm pretty hyped about that. Was that round 15? Oh, it wasn't. Okay, here we go.
Believe me, you will.
The Plat. How do I say your name, dude? The Plat Voet? I'm so bad. Yeah, you play on the GeForce thing, right? You're big on that. You can play on your TV, play on your Mac. It's so cool. You're ahead of your time. I feel like we're all gonna be doing that. I9314. That's you. Ingo. Is that what the I stands for? I need a easy name to remember you by. The letter and numbers is not doing it for me, man. Gotta see if I die with this new setup too. We're down about 2k life and 2k ES. Or sorry, 200 life and 300 ES. All right, Luke. Thanks for hanging out, dude. Thanks for cooking the build a little bit with me. I think this is a pretty big breakthrough on the rarity stuff. So, yeah, appreciate you, man. Have a good night. Omni did not get called. Kosis is being really mean. Oh, can't use the overlay thing. Dude, that's such a big deal. I can't imagine not having full control over what goes on and what doesn't go on my computer. That sounds like my worst nightmare. This is a great setup. I could probably move these up here. What the? What? Those are supposed to be free. I'm so confused. They're free in that one. How do I know which is which? It doesn't even tell me, dude. Huh. How weird is that? I'm gonna pull it off and on here in a second. The third one? You talking about tier 3 sim? This is tier 3 sim. Oh my god, an Etcher and a Chaos Orb. Thank you, game. Oh, that's such good loot. Jeez, dude. That's painful. And yeah, why isn't this working? Those are supposed to be free spirit slots. They have been the whole season. Is it because I'm like out of spirit? So confused on this one, man. It must have been because I was completely out that it was pretending I needed some. Because now it's bugged again. Commoner. 2 snipers. Everything else is online. Super solid. Go Guiding Palm there still.
Yes.
We did get a Divine there. Feels so good. Couple of nice currency items. We got a Liquid Isolation. Yay. Stuff is happening. Still keeping this jewel here. Okay, we're going to go do at least one more. This is good testing. This is good rarity testing for Sim. It's a little awkward having the minions do all the damage now because the shrine was so good at clearing. But what can you do? You gotta have rarity. It's like not an option here. Whoa. Amazing how powerful, what was I trying to say? Amazing how powerful the shrine is, the fire shrine. That thing is, like, monstrous. It deals so much more damage than all this other stuff. It's crazy. Okay, I need to work on this mobilist guide pretty intensely. It's, you know, it's decently up to date. The importer works really well, so everything imported as far as items and gems. It looks like it can't show a third ring, which is pretty annoying. Maybe I can edit it and add that in. And then I have to completely redo the entire description for the build because none of this really applies anymore. But yeah, I'll get to that sometime soon. That guy got cold. There's a Chaos Orb. Sadly, the call is working. And I say sadly because I hate to have to rely on call from skeletal snipers in order to get rarity of items procs. But it is what it is. Oh, that was a big yawn. My gosh, I'm getting really tired. It is getting kind of late. Hey, thanks everyone who's here. Thanks for being here. It's awesome getting to stream, even though it's always so late and my streams are, I don't know, they're a little bit boring, right? But it is fun chatting with folks and theory crafting live and stuff. There's nothing like it. Nothing like it. Okay, where's my bog brother? Oh my god, another chaos. It really is working. It's ridiculous. Thanks, Viking, for the follow, dude. Give me some good energy. I appreciate you. All right, to speed up clear, we're going to go back to Guiding Palm. We need to swap all the purity gems. We're going to try to keep one archer going. Can I keep one archer going, or it's not enough spirit? I have to pull hide and curse. And then I can run one archer and one bog brother. So this would be like a nice blend of all the powerful things in the build. Thanks, Viking. That's really nice of you to say, dude. Appreciate it. So yeah, we get the shrine, which is no rarity, but the shrine at least cleans up a lot of the minions. The rarity, we really only care about it on the rare monsters and the unique monsters. To some extent, I wish I could get it on the blues. Definitely Sim 4 drops like, I don't know, multiple high tier currencies on a 150 rarity build where all of your rarity is actually applying. So I wish we could get that here, but it's going to be impossible. If I can get it on the rares and uniques, then we call it a win. But look how fast that clear speed is with the full setup here. It's ridiculous. And yeah, I just got to keep an eye on, because like here's a ranged guy here who's taking ignite damage from the shrine. And I just kind of need to like watch what happens to this guy. Does he get called? Could he have gotten called? If like half of the rares and uniques are getting called, then we hit a sweet spot where we're still clearing quickly. We can find megalos and some high tier currency. Here he's right here. He's getting pretty low. So let's see if the archer hits him. Oh, it did. Okay, that guy got called. That's super cool. And then we'll check on this guy, and we'll check on Omniphobia here. Omni died to ignite. I think my archer was dead. Archer's back now. What am I on? Weapon set 1. So you have to set your minion counts to 0 on the other weapon sets. And then when you weapon swap, your minions will automatically come with you. But if they're on both, then they won't do it. But you see how they reappear? They will instantly follow me if they aren't on the swap. Really, really good to know if you do any minion stuff. That's like so essential. Boom. I think that rare got called. Basically, I think if the archer is shooting it, it calls anything that gets in range. If the archer's down, then it doesn't do it. And I think he's got last gasp on. Yeah, he's got last gasp. What's our spirit? We're 14 left. Be so nice to get this heightened curse in. I don't think it's possible though. Such an odd problem to have. To like desperately need your rarity to apply to the kills you're getting. Like you're getting lots of kills, but your rarity isn't applying because of how you've figured out how to get kills. In a way, it's pretty sad, I guess. Like, it shouldn't be this way, right? Especially with minions, but also, like, just support gems in general. If you figure out a way to kill stuff with the gems the game gives you, your rarity should still apply. Kosis is really, really problematic sometimes. Let's see if he calls here to the sniper. Heyo, he did. So cool. I wish I could make sniper even more invincible. That sniper is cool. I feel like an army of those snipers juiced up would do some pretty decent damage.
You can't get rid of me, exile. I am you.
The minion info has the call. It says call here on minion info, so that must be with all skills. I'm trying to see if any other skills list the rarity modifier independently. I don't think they do. They are listing the calling strike modifier independently, which is interesting. But not the rarity. God, that was fast. This is really, really fast clear for AFK.
Nothing you do matters. The dream will end, and the dreamer will pass into the next world.
Just check calling strike on uniques. It's the freeze build up one. Definitely useless. Death blow. Also useless. And that's it. I don't think there's anything on the timeless jewels that can solve this either. The other option is to go back to the Wind Dancer shell and hike back all the minion nodes on swap 1, which could give us potentially 24 points of increased damage scaling. Should be really significant because we don't have any. And the Wind Dancer was still killing all sorts of things. Could get more AoE in there too for Wind Dancer. There's so many options with this build. It's so fun in this game when you have a target thing to solve, and then you spend lots of like cerebral space trying to solve it as best as possible. And then you find these little pockets of difficulty, and like overcoming them with the different mechanics of the game is a super rewarding experience. And so here, these guys appear so much tankier, and that is because I do have elemental weakness, but I don't have ritualistic curse on them. And they're hitting like more life and somehow some resistance modifiers. I mean, they weren't too bad, but you know how it is. Bam. That's another thing. Without Rarity, the amount of tiered gear I was seeing, not that I really care about tiered gear in and of itself, it's just symptomatic of Rarity drops to see lots of tiered gear, and I wasn't seeing like any. It was actually laughable how little I was seeing. Whew. I wonder if there's potential to run like just a full-on minion shell. Just like a ghastly number of skeletal archers, but still keep the tankiness of this build intact. Could be like a whole nother path to doing this build where you actually know your rarity's working. So many options. All right, everybody's in on me. Let's see how my tank shell holds up. It's looking pretty dang good, isn't it? Whew. I'm going to make it. I'm so tired, but I'm going to make it. I was up with my kids at about 7 this morning, which is actually not too early for kid life. And then worked all day, got off, hung with the kids for 3 more hours, cleaned the house, did the dishes, hung out with the wife, play video games. A beautifully perfect day, but quite tiring in a way. The elemental weakness is just so important. I need to get that gem corrupted up to 21. It's just huge. I can't believe how important it is. So if we pull off... what can I pull off? Magma Barrier and put Heightened Curse back in. Is that enough spirit? Yep. Oh, it didn't change. What the... It didn't change the weakness amount. That's really awkward. Why not? It's obviously working better, but it definitely didn't change. That's really weird. There's so many things in this game where it's like, does that even work? And that is definitely one of them. Why didn't that change? Ooh, 99 LE damage roll. Tier 1 accuracy. Rip. Hiding curse. Supported curses have 25% increased magnitudes. Let's look at what one more level of elemental weakness gives us.
Clean kill.
It gives us one additional curse infliction. Cool. That's some good Kosis damage there. That's looking pretty good. I have the sniper out still, right? Yep. Come on, guys. Finish him off. Kosis. You are so annoying. See if I can get a calling strike kill off on him. Good lord. Boom, he called. Poggers. We're all about the calling strike rarity kills. All right, final round, final sim. I still need to do like more death testing with the swap in stats. Can bring a lot of stats back now, actually. Oh, there it is. I've got the ultimate die combo here. We've got Shock, Executioner's Presence, and I'm reduced on block and strength and energy shield. So if I died here, it wouldn't be a total surprise, and it would be fixable. Oh, I did die. There we go. All right, it's kind of what this testing is all about. It's like pushing the min-max limits of this build as far as they can go, and just kind of seeing what blows up in my face and then hiking it back slowly. So that way we understand the limitations. And obviously these need to come back, and I need to get my block chance back up. I think I can even bring back more here. I think I need like 106 decks, 101 decks. We're at 105. Perfect. So that brings me back up to 3,900 health and 5,600 energy shield, which is really needs to be, but yeah. Viter, what's up, dude? Doing your build of Holopalm with Amazon. I have a question. You don't play support gems as Quarterstaff Strike? No, I do not. I mean, I suppose it depends on which phase of the build that you're in, but you shouldn't need it in the later phases of the build. So if you're following this guide here, depending on what level you are, right? You're in final form. Yeah, okay. You definitely shouldn't need it then. Because at the boss, you want to build up combo as quickly as possible. And so, you want to get as much combo as you can for the Shayula power charges. And then, use that combo with the Falling Thunder. And, that Quarterstaff Strike is not going to generate combo as quickly as some of your other abilities here. So, and like Tempest Flurry can generate it while still moving around a boss. So, the Citadel bosses, they get pretty sketchy. And then the Pinnacle bosses, they just have those one-shots that you have to dodge. They're unblockable, unevadable one-shot kills. So you really just want to generate combo with skills where you have mobility and that are just a little bit cozier for survivability. And then you unleash the combo with the Falling Thunder. So yeah, hopefully that helps there. All right, everybody, I'm going to call it a night. Very excited about where this build is at. I think You know, one thing I learned tonight is that we need Hide and Curse. We need the more powerful Enfeeble for survivability. We need the Magma Barrier, which is a free 30% block chance. So if I turn it off, I'm at 26. If I turn it on, I'm at 33. That's huge. And then we need the extra stats. And without those, the build does die. These benchmarks of Life, Mana, and Energy Shield are really refined, and they depend on the entire defensive shell. So if I did see a need to branch out, there's all sorts of things I could do on my tree to make me more defensive and to hike back the minion stuff. I've got minion stuff everywhere that isn't really needed. So that would be like the next step, is to set up a weapon swap for those things. And then I could tech damage in for Wind Dancer on main, or some other, possibility that I'm not even thinking of. But that's kind of where it's at right now. I was going to see if there was Calling Strike on the tree. Call the hordes. It's all call threshold. Calling Strike against enemies you mark. Hits that heavy stun call. Calling Strikes against beasts. Wall companions there. And then, yeah, I think that's it. There's no other way to call. It's interesting. Yeah, for sure, Vader. Good night, everyone. Those of you who've been here, thank you for watching. Much appreciate you. Those who threw me a follow or sub, thank you so much. And I'll catch you on the flip side. Bye-bye.